Boca Tove. So let's take a look first at the book, just to have a sense of it before I go back to the.
Well, God bless Elise. She brought me the page with the vowels Wednesday.
Oh, there
I
you
got that in
go.
front of me.
Your coloring chart. Yes, yes.
Well, it's not that, it's another one.
It's another one,
I
but it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Good.
It's I wish I had them.
Oh, I can't show. Oh, yeah, I can show you. Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
No,
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm just, that's the thing you have to practice. That's it. Because the letters, you'll know the letters, but it's those vowels. When you're looking at new material, the letters, one or two letters, you'll say, which one is that? But 99% of the time you're going to get screwed up is just because of the vowels. So you have to just know those. It's like knowing it. Just sight and know it. So I'm just going to show you in the in our book here, and Beth, I'm sure I'll pick up when she gets on. But this, just to show, let me make this a little bigger. Let me go back here. I'm just showing you. There's that ach when you're in some things. Here is vishamru, and here is vayachulu. And so these are in the book on page 58. And we can do them all, but there's a limit to how much we're going to be able to do. But if you want to like really practice a specific prayer that you say, I don't know that one. So there is Vayachulu, Hashamayim, that one. And then Vishamru, B'nai Yisrael. Now, sometimes people say B'nai, because we know the word B'nai for B'nai Brith, B'nai this, B'nai Israel. But if you look at this, here's a good example, Lenore, of memorizing something wrong, because I think it was even me years ago when I was learning this, and of course I knew it by heart, because you hear it all the time. Right? I didn't realize myself that it wasn't not b'nai, which is such a word we know. It was vinay, and so here it is, the second word, visham, and here's that Shabbat, and here's a good example of visham. One syllable. There's that M that goes with the shin. Visham, it's not Vishamaru. We know that word. It's Vishamru. V'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat. And I'm telling you, I think it was me. I'm trying to think of who it was. I think it was me, that I just assumed it was Vishamru V'nei and memorized it wrong. So there's a good example, Lenore, of
Memorization.
Yeah, when we learn it and we're doing it for 30, 50 years, pick any number you like, that we don't necessarily remember every single piece of it. And that's a perfect example, because the word b'nai is all over the place. We know it. And in this song, it's 90 times b'nai. Look at this without reading it. The second word we're saying is b'nai, but look at the third line, b'nai. Third word, b'nai. So it's all over the place with the bet, but not in the second word. And so you could memorize that incorrectly all the time.
but it would be Vinay because of the
Vinay. No,
Vinay.
it's an A. Right. The two dots next is it's a Vinay, A.
Well, that's
like
an A, but there was something where it was oh well, never mind. When it was at the end, it became an I.
Oh, yes. But but in this case, and sometimes, and even we have rules, at least as we've talked about, once in a while, there's an exception to the rule, and just to make us crazy. So let's just take a look at this, just because it's up here. Vishamru V'nei Yisrael et and it ends in a T, but, which you don't make sure you say it. La asot. Look at that. Now la asot. There's that ayin, Elise, that you love to say why, but everybody's got their thing that trips them up, and Elise doesn't like the ayin, and Lenore doesn't like the vowels. So everybody's got something. La asot et hashabat. Now here's a good one. Le do ro tam.
Dorotam.
Le do ro tam barit olam. B'nai uvnei. B'nai Yisrael Oh,
Oat.
good. He,
E.
with the olive sitting there for no reason, but I
Right.
guess you can't have a one syllable word, I guess is the answer. I guess you can't have a one letter word, so they shove the olive, which is silent anyway. They could have had an H there if they felt like it, which would have been silent too. They could have had an I and they could have had multiple silent letters, but they picked the olive. Le-o-lam. Last word on line 3. Le-olam. What's the first word on the next line, Lenore?
Key.
Shay, shet. Ya, mim. Asa, Adonai.
Et.
Et,
Hashem.
Hashamayim. What is mayim? Water.
Water.
The et haaretz.
Is it-
And there's your final tzadi. We don't see it
Right.
that often. That little Y backwards thing that looks like a Y backwards thing,
Final
that
sign.
is that's a tzadi at the end of a word. It's a letter we know, but we haven't seen it in a while. So there's a good, what were you gonna ask, Elise?
On the first word, would it be, oh,
Key.
kisa,
It's just key.
kisha, quiche, it's two, it's two
It's-
S's.
Yes, and they're both SHs.
Quiche, shet?
Yes, perfect. You said it right, 100%. Key,
Okay.
shay, shet, exactly correct. And then if you go the fourth word over, there's a sin, asa.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, but that second word, well, the second part of the first word in a way is ki sheshet yamim. There's a final mem. Asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru. And then you do the chorus a lot, and then the last line is uv yom. Uv yom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, and you repeat it. Shavat vayinafash. How would you know that? Because it's the song, not the words. So it's just you just know it, but it doesn't say those words. It doesn't have it written down twice. And these are the 4 verses, and the chorus is the first word. So after you do each of the verses, you go back when you're done with that one line, you go back to the top one line, Vishamra, and then you go down to the next verse. And so the last stanza is Uvayom Hashvi'i Shavat. And there again is the V. So there again, Lenore, look at that, and it's a V in that word, not B. There's another example. It's not Shabbat, the last line, third word. It's Shavat Vayinafash. And how you'd know that is if you were looking at it instead of memorizing it and thinking the word is Shabbat. Then you'd say, ooh, I've been saying it wrong all this time. Uvayom hashvi'i Shavat Vayinafash. Repeated Shavat Vayinafash. And then you do it a third time. Shavat Vayinafash. Right. So it's fitting into the tune that you end up saying those last 2 words 3 times. I don't know who invented that tune. Each of these cantorial tunes, another composer does, and there might be one tune that we don't know that literally just says it one time and doesn't repeat it. So there's that. So we're just going to kind of glance through some of these with you, just for you to have a sense of them. And there's that. Remember that ach. Very seldom, but there it is. When you have the het at the end with the olive in front of him, or a word ends ach. And we talked about that. It's not around a lot, but here at the top, it's aleinu lishabe ach. It's not aleinu lishabe ha.
It's Leisha.
Lishabe ach. It's one of those. There's an unusual little thing. How you learn it is you just do. Okay, and let's just skip around here. And this is Aleinu, and we're just going to glance through some of these. So it's on the recording. So if you want to go back and really work on one of these, this way it's on this recording. This is Aleinu. We rise for Aleinu. We face the bima, and there's some choreography. We bow. We lift our heads. We do all kinds of things. And let's just read this. Elise, read the first line.
Okay, Elenu.
Yes.
Leshabayat.
Yeah, no, almost.
Oh,
Yeah.
Leshabe, ha.
No, you go to the bottom up. You
Leshabayah.
go to the vowel first and then put the letter. It's that you go to the vowel first and that one time. Lishabeach. You know
Okay.
it's an ah vowel and then you go up and you make the ch sound. Aleinu lishabeach. Keep going.
Okay, Leah
First of all, let me make it really
Learon.
big. It's an
Yeah.
a, it's an ah. It's an ah vowel. It's a straight line.
Okay, La'aron.
La ah.
That's a D.
That's
a dollar.
good.
Is
Lenore
that a
caught
V
it.
or a dollar? Oh,
It's a
La'adon.
dollar. Very good.
La'adon.
La adon.
And that looks like a coup there in the middle.
It's a cup,
Hakol.
but there you go. Hakol. Don't not see. I know how I speak English. I'll say it that way. Don't not see, terrible English, the dot above the K, because it's not part of the calligraphy. That's an O vowel. It's an over it.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
looked
what we
like it was
remember.
part of the letter.
I know it did. That's why I'm pointing it out. Okay, Hakol. So let's look at that first line again. Aleinu lisha be'ach
Okay.
la'adon hakol.
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 Okay, now read the next line, my girl, Lenore.
Okay. What's that? Latit?
Latate.
Latit. Oh, I did it right.
Hey, it's an A, Tate.
Latte.
Latte.
Latate. A.
Okay. Latate. Okay.
Good girl.
Okay. Why did I just go blank? Hello.
Okay, it's a
tell
G.
me.
Let's do the letters. It's a G, it's a dalet, it's an L. So you know it's a G, a D, and an L. The H is silent. So now you know your letters.
Gadola.
Gadula.
Gadula. Oh, the O's.
It's
Gadula.
the O's cockeyed. The two
Gadula.
ways you have an oo vowel are the three dots diagonally and the one that's punching
With that on top and the
punching him
one
in the
down the
stomach.
middle. Yeah.
Right.
Gadula. Okay. Blah.
No, it's not la, it's le.
Let.
Le.
Let's see. Let's say.
Okay, let's see.
I think it's a sadi, but I'm not sure. It's hard for me
It's
to
a
tell.
tie.
Well, I'm going to give you a hint. What is the vowel under the lamed? An I.
Two dots. It's a F.
It's an I, like icky. You got to do the I right. What's the second letter of the word?
Yud.
Thank you. It's a yud. Why are you leaving it out? And what's the vowel for the yud?
Oh.
That's correct. Yo. Ser.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Leotzer.
Okay. And
Keep
the two
going.
dots. Okay.
Bit. I'll give you the
Bet.
first one because you don't like it. Bit.
It's seat.
Okay, what's the vowel under the resh? Look at your cheat chart. Look at your cheat chart.
A.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
barat seat.
Not ba. Bit.
Barat seat.
Berashit. It's an SH. Berashit.
Okay, bereshit.
Okay, stop for a moment. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol. I'll do it so it's on the recording. La tate gedula liotze bereshit. What does bereshit mean?
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. It's the first word in the Torah. So there's your hint.
Creation.
Bereshit. That is the first word in the entire Torah. It starts with the word bereshit.
Creation.
In the beginning.
Oh, I don't know.
In the beginning. What's the last word of the Torah? It's just trivia. Well, it's not trivia, it's Jewish stuff. The last word of the Torah is Yisrael.
Yes.
Okay.
And the first word of the Torah is that word right there that Lenore loved to say. Bereshit. Bereshit. Okay. Again, let's do the first two lines together. Alinu, Leshabe, Leado, Hako, La Tate, Gedula, Leotzer, Bareshi. Keep going. Lenore, read the next line.
Oh, you. Oh, Shiloh.
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, that's the, okay, that's not,
Silent
got
letter
it.
with an ah.
It's, okay. Okay, Ashni? Ashno.
First of all, it's an S, not an SH. Asanu.
Asanu. Okay.
So you gotta
Asanu.
practice. You say you can't get Asanu.
Oh, that's Kadol.
Ke go yay.
Kadoye. Oh, Kadoye.
Ke go.
Oh,
Like I'm going somewhere. Ke go
yay.
yay.
Kid. Go yay. Okay. Wow. Oh, that's a good one. Ratzit. Ratzot.
Say it again. Now own it. Say it again.
Ratzot.
Very good. There you go. Okay, let's look at that line again. Shelo asanu kogoye ha'aratzot. Then you go a little higher. And the next line is Elisa's. You don't have to sing it. You can say it.
Velo.
That's
Velo.
correct. Velo is correct.
Okay, that's a sa.
Yes, it is.
Samanu.
Damanu, perfect.
Kim. Yeah. Kamish Patot, maybe, is that it?
Very good. Kamish pechot.
Oh,
But
Kamish.
there, Elise got it right. Look at what Elise did. She had two shavas in the middle of the word. We love when that happens, don't we? But it's the easy one because we know the rule, and that rule doesn't change. Two together, you know which word we're on there, that big sucker in the middle of that line. You see it all, everybody? I'm not circling it. Like kitty, ke. Mish. Mish is a syllable. When you have two together, the first word, the first letter goes to the guy ahead of him. So that's a syllable, mish. And then the pe is its own, it sounded like it's like at the beginning of the word. Kamish pe chot. Now, just for you to look at that word, the first and fourth letter, if you didn't remember them, very much the same shape, except the pay has that hanging thing from its, otherwise they look the same, right? Here, I will write a few. Here's the kaf, and here's I'm doing the Jerome as simply as I can. There's the pay. Whoopsie, there's a dot in there. But what does he have? He has that little hanging thing from the top of him.
Wait a second. The difference between the fay and the pay is one has a dot and one doesn't.
And the pay has the period inside.
Right.
Like the belly button has the pay, and the pay has the period inside. You have to find these tricks, so you're never going to remember them.
That's how I remember. The pay has the dot. Otherwise, I would never remember it.
Trust me, that's how we all remember them. You think I only teach it to 5-year-olds? Exactly. I'm no better than a 5-year-old. That's how I remember it too. Kamish. Here it is again. Let me just, whoa, where'd it go? Oh, God, here we go. Pe, whoa, shoot. Ke, mish, pe, chot. Kamish, pechot. What's the last word on that line? Now that I've messed up the whole line with the pretty drawings, what's the last word on that line, Elise?
Ha'adama.
Ha'adama.
And I can see it's a dalet this time.
There you go.
An R.
And just look at this page. The exact letter, one line lower in the exact same space. You see it? What is that letter?
Where? Oh, that's an resh.
Okay, and so there you look, and there you see it. You see it?
Yes.
Sometimes, you get used to the sidors that you use, but there are times that you just take a glance and make sure that, sometimes, well, they're usually pretty clean, but you don't know. And sometimes they're just a little fancier, and the tops of letters have more calligraphy up on top. So you could have a fancier tippy top, and then you can't see that O vowel above it because you think it's part of the letter and just part of the shape of it. So you have to be a little careful. Let me bring this thing back. Okay, velo samanu kamish pechot ha'adama. Last in here, let's go with shallow. I'm giving you a hint, Lenore. Keep going. Shallow.
Below, okay.
What's the next word? I'm not helping you.
It's not a tzaddik, it's a
No, where are you, baby? Hold on. You're over
Where am
here.
I?
Here.
Oh my God, I'm 4 lines up. Shum,
Uh.
oh, with the T.
No,
Sham.
but it's not that letter.
It's an
It's
S.
an S. It's not an SH. Sa, like a short A. Sam, like Sam, but Sam.
Some,
Sam. It's not a, here, look at the sin and the shin right there.
right.
Okay, it's never right to sin, so it's always on the other side. Okay,
Isn't that some?
so it's some.
Some.
Hello, some. Keep going.
Uh,
I'll give you a hint.
Hello,
Hold
hello,
on. I'll
It's
give
a-
you a hint.
hello.
Hell. I'm making it one word, one syllable. Hell.
Hell. Jane,
It's a poof.
it's a kuf. L,
What is that vowel under it?
the 2 dots are A.
Hell. Hell.
Kanu.
Canoe. Good.
Okay.
Hell canoe.
Okay, kahom, kahem,
Ka. Hem.
kahem,
Oh, you're not doing the vowels. Go ahead. Kahem. Keep going, girl.
oy vey. The 2,
All
wait,
right. I'll tell you how many syllables.
it's vano,
It's
Vanu.
5 syllables. Go ahead.
Vago, that's a G. Vago do lanu,
Nope. First of all, it's not va. It's vi.
ve,
Vi. Go.
ra, lay, nu,
Now look at it. Do it again.
va, go,
No. Vi.
I'm not gonna, ve, go, ra, lay, nu.
Perfect. You see that, Elise? The go Ralena. Okay. Now here you have 2 together. I like this. Okay. And
Kekal,
it's a K and it with the so it's how you remember these cops with the dots inside because it's not a period that doesn't start with a P. It's a K sound. So I have a little
K.
cookie inside, a cookie. So the K and the ch. So it's K, chal,
kechal,
chal, K, chal.
no,
Keep going.
hamor, nam,
Almost perfect. Do it
Ham-
again.
hamonam,
Hamonam.
hamonam.
Good girl. Here we go. Okay, we make it a little less. Blue, where'd it go? All right,
Right.
now look at the line I'm giving Elise. Oh my God, a lot of letters. Look at that third word. It's like 15 letters. Okay, Elise, I know you can dissect it.
Oh, God. Velo.
Oh, where are you?
I'm here. Oh,
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
think
where
we're in
I
the same place.
want you here.
Oh, you want me there? Okay. No, we're not in the same place. Sorry. It all looks alike.
In many ways. In many ways.
Okay. Oh, boy. Ve nach nu.
Almost perfect. Va, it's an
Okay.
Va nachnu. Va nachnu.
No,
Va
I know.
nachnu.
Okay.
Va, it's a va, and well, there you go. If you know the vowel, then you got 3 letters in a row that had it. So it's va, nachnu.
Va nach nu.
Good girl. Keep going.
Korim.
Ko,
Kor.
korim.
Corrine, is that okay?
Yep, co,
Okay,
Green.
oh God, okay.
don't say, oh God, look at it as, just do it phonetically. We've learned this, letter vowel, letter vowel. So what do we start with?
Oh, Mish.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, she's
Umish or
got, ooh, yeah, good.
Umish. Okay, Umish Taha. and then
Rim.
just a second, Boom, Vim.
So there you go, you did it. Umish tachavim,
Rim.
umish tachavim.
Um,
They look hard, but they're just letter vowel, letter vowel. Go back to lesson 1.
okay, and then, okay, no, what, Vu. Oh,
Right,
Vu.
that's better. There you go.
Umo,
Deem.
Dim.
There you go. Umodim. And it's funny because the next word in Hebrew, when you lift your head up, literally in English, looks like you're saying lifnei, like lift, like lift. You know, it's so that's how I remember you pick it. It's not what that means, but in English, you know, if I said, you know, when do you lift your head? It's when you get to lifnei, like almost sounds like lift.
Lifnei.
Leaf.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
weird word there.
I know, leaf.
Nay.
Nay.
Thank you for
Leaf
telling
nay.
us.
That when you, I'll do the choreography in a second. Leaf nay. What's the
Nay.
next word?
Me, Mela.
Melech. Good girl. No, don't me Melech because you Melech, just Melech king. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Next word, Lenore.
Malachi. Malachi.
Malachi, depending on Malachi. So let's see how it works in the word. But you're not wrong in either direction. But let's, when we get to the song, we'll say, okay. So it's either Malachi or Malche. So
Okay.
we don't know yet. When
I
we
think
sing
we
it, we
do.
say,
I think we
I
do
know it.
Malachi.
Lifnei Melech, Malche, Hamlachim. So it's 2 syllables. Malche.
Okay,
You
Malachi.
have to know it. Malche. You just had to know it. Not your fault.
Okay.
Hamla.
Hamalachim.
Nope. Hamlachim.
Hamlachim.
Yep. The first 2 letters are 1 syllable. The Shabbat is silent.
Akadosh.
Hamlachim.
Akadosh. I
Keep
know that
going.
one.
There you go.
Baruch. Oh my God. Ha.
And what? Who? Got that vowel? You
Who?
gotta know
Yeah, just who. Wow, who?
Who?
That
So-
handout I gave you on the Shiva.
I got it.
Lenore,
I got it.
Yeah, I had to review that like every
Yeah.
day for 2 or 3
I'm
weeks.
not any different.
It helped.
I
Hey,
totally
every
agree.
day.
Since I got it Wednesday, I look at it every day. And I look at it and it goes in one ear and out the other ear. What
Well,
can I
you gotta
It
keep
does the
looking at it.
first week and then it starts to take.
Okay, good.
That's
It's
why when you
awful.
go to, that's why I'm begging you when you go to services to not just close your eyes and do the service, to literally look at the Siddur.
Tell you what happened Saturday. You are going to die.
Uh,
I
I hope not.
No, well, I had to be the Cohen, whatever, because
ahead, go ahead.
Alan didn't show up and I walked in, I said to her, where's Alan? And she goes, he doesn't feel good. I said, what do you mean he doesn't feel good? So that means I went up and you're not going to believe it. I was calm. I was collected. I did not make one mistake.
Good girl.
I
Good
got
girl.
so many compliments. I go, oh my God, you're a big girl now. You did it right. That's thanks a
There
lot.
you go. But the vowels have got to keep practicing. So let's take a look at this. Aleinu, you stand up, you face the arc.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna, when we get to a line, I'll tell you when you bend, when you lift, when you're this, when you're
Oh,
that.
good,
So-
good. Thank you.
Right. Aleinu lishabeach la'adon hakol latate. You try to do it with me. I'll go really slowly. Gedula
Uh,
liotzer Bereshit. Beginning. Shalom asanu Kigoye ha'aratzot velo stamanu hamish pechot ha'adama. Take a breath. Shalom stam chelkeinu kahem vigoraleinu Kechol
Mo.
Nam, and then you bow. Va'anachnu korim umeshtachavim modim. I can see myself. Umodim. You bowed for that sentence, and where it says lifnei, you lift up. It's like a hint in English. Lift up your head again. You're back to an erect position. Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. And don't say who. It's who, like who. All right. So there you go. Practice, practice, practice. And then at the end of it, it's V'ne and Mar, because there's some silent in between. V'haya. Look at that second word. V'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. There's the final tzadi. Vayom ha-hu. And you repeat it, doesn't
Yeah,
say it here,
repeat
but you
it.
just know it.
Yes.
Vayom ha-hu.
I don't know.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Adonai echad. And here's just a musical piece. It doesn't say it here. Ushmo, and some people repeat that. Ushmo echad, or depending on the harmony and what your cantor does. Okay, and that is there. All right, let's continue on. All right, I'm going to continue on. I just want to show you what's in here. We're not going to get to it now, but I just want to show you. Maybe next time we'll just do this. Adon Olam has 1,000 tunes.
Oh my God.
And it could be Adon Olam, Asher, Malach. We'll just do the first line. B'terem kol yitzin ivra. Stop. Or it could be Adon Olam, Asher, Malach. B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Then it could be Adon Olam, Asher, Malach. B'terem kol yitzir nivra. And it's a very pretty way that goes really fast at the end.
We do the second one.
Yeah, all right. So everybody does, and there we don't have, we'll do it another time. Page 66 is Adon Olam. I just want to like show it to you where we are in this little book. Okay. And here is a cheat sheet of a summary of all the little vowels and the little letters. And there they all are. And let's just continue. Because I want to get I'm gonna stop this share. Hold on one second. Okay, hello. I want to screen share this. Okay. All right, let me see if I could do this. I just found this somewhere, I just found it somewhere. So the Kaddish, which is the prayer when we have your site, the prayer for the dead, has nothing, there's not one word in this prayer that we say that has anything to do with anyone dying. It is the prayer that we say for that purpose, but there's nothing in the translation that talks about death, memory, loss, nothing. It is an entire prayer that just praises God, period. And I don't know who 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 years ago that somebody figured out, I don't know which century, the 14th century, pick a year, who knows, that somebody decided that this would be the comforting prayer for someone who had loss. But if you look at the English, which is on the left side in this particular translation that I found, may his name be great. God is good. God is wonderful. God is whatever. God is God. But nothing about
Nothing to do with the Kadosh.
nothing to do with the Kaddish, the prayer for the dead. Nothing. Look at you, and you'll see that. And there are many, many times that, let's take a look. This was where did I take this? Judaism 101. So the Kaddish prayer, let me just take this so I can might as well read this to you with you. It's mostly Aramaic. It's not Hebrew, but the alphabet's the same. The language is similar. And I don't care because it's way past what we're doing here. There are several forms of the Kaddish recited at different times during the service. but the one especially is reserved for mourners is this one. It's recited for 11 months after a parent's death and annually on the yurt sites.
What
You
do your
know
parents
when you-
get? What happens when people die besides your parents?
Well, okay, so there's a difference of what your obligation is. And for a parent, because you can't replace a parent, you can have other children, you can have other spouses. And you can't really have another sibling, but it's not yours to make, it's somebody else's to make. The rules for parents versus others, it's the same thing when you wear the ribbon, the black ribbon.
Right.
It's on different sides depending on the relationship. So a parent is on the left over your heart, and spouse and children and siblings is on the right.
I never heard of that before, sorry.
Well, Google it. I think it's called the,
And I never heard of this either, that it's only for parents, not
well,
for.
no, it's just saying for a parent, you do it for 11 months. I think when you do a spouse, after Shloshim, you can get up and date after
Oh,
1 month.
sorry, I did it for a year.
I didn't say we don't, but I'm just saying what the practice is and what the rules are sometimes are different. So this is, who's, no, who cares? Whoever that is for. Let me just, hold on, let me Google that one for you. Hold on a second. I think it's called, okay, I'm just gonna use the English. Rules for the Black Ribbon of Mourning. I think it's called the Kara, I forgot what it's. Oh, I should have written Jewish. All right. Yeah, I should have written for the Black Ribbon of, oh, it says mourning like it's in English.
Yeah, M-O-R-N instead of M-O.
Yeah, right, not in the morning.
How about
Rules for the Black
M-O-R-O?
ribbon for death of a relative, Hebrew. Let's see, okay. How long do you wear the ribbon for? Okay. The ribbons are torn. It's not that the ribbon, years ago, they would tear your clothing, but none of
Oh,
us want
that
a
was
ribbon.
100 years ago. They did
Right,
that
none
with
of us, it's
grandparents.
the
Yeah,
Korea, it's the Korea.
Yes.
K-E-R-I-A-H, Korea. So it's the death of a family member, it's rooted back to the stories of Jacob and David and Job. I'm not Reform women, Reform Jews wear a ribbon instead of course. So over their hearts is the death of a parent. On the right side of the dish, I'm correct, is for the others. Because the
Okay.
parent is you can't replace them. There's those, you get one shot on parents. So you wear it on different sides. You may ask your friend, the rabbi. Okay. So here it is. And again, we're not going to cheat. Well, we could, but we're going to try not to cheat. But if you need to, go cheat.
I know it by heart.
I know, but if I had to make you
Sorry.
read the first line backwards, smarty
Now,
pants.
let me tell you something. In the Siddur, it's Aramaic. It's very hard to read it from the Siddur.
But on the other hand, when you go to a funeral or cemetery, they give you the little card.
Yes, Gadal.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Yes, Gadal,
but what we learned, and here's the difference, because I love that you have it that way. We learned it Yis Gadal, but what did I teach you?
Yet,
Yeah, thank you, Elise. Yit Gadal. So you can tell how old or how long you've memorized it for. Yit Gadal.
Gadal.
It's actually Yit. Yit Gadal. Gadal is, I think, means large, great.
Gadal is big. Yes,
Right,
Gadal.
big, a big
Gadol,
thing.
yeah.
Right. Yit Gadal, Vayit Kadash. No,
Kadash.
I got
Kadash.
those vowels.
Kadash.
Vayit, right. Shemay. No, Shema. I'm sorry. I'm saying it wrong. Shemay
May.
Ra Ba.
Ba.
Now, Lenore, read the 4 words backwards.
Get out of here.
Go ahead, I dare you.
Rava.
Good.
What's this? But the two that Shemay.
Good girl.
Vayit Kodesh.
Oh, so close. The root is the same. Kodesh, Kaddish, Kadush. It's holy, but you didn't do the right combination. It's vi, yit. No, vi, yit, kadash.
Vayit Kadash.
Vi, yit, Kadash, and now the first word backwards, but don't read it backwards, but read the first word now.
I can't read it backwards. Where am I having a problem today? I don't
Right
know.
there, that first word of the whole thing.
Ye.
The,
Gold, kakadol, kakadol.
I'll let you cheat. Hold on.
Oh, Yiskadal. Oh my God, Yiskadal.
Now look at it now and look at it now instead of just memorizing. Yeet, yeet,
Yeet.
gadol.
Yeah,
Yeet, gadol.
When I do it, I go Yiskadal.
I know, and I'm not going to correct you of that because many people say Yiskadal, but we learned it with a T, so Elisa's going to do it the modern way, and
Right,
Lenore's going to do it
Yiskadal.
the old way, or
The
the
old way.
or the from way. The black hats, the from go with it. Then that's an S. Okay, now let's look at that, Elise. Yeet gadal, vayit kadash, shemei rabba.
Wow.
And what does everybody say?
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Like
So
Lomi.
if I look at the G, it's got the line under it for an A, but it's got a dot in there.
For no reason other to ask why is there a dot in the G, because it shouldn't be. That, remember last week we talked about that and I said, Lenore's going to go ask her rabbi friends, why do they shove dots in letters that don't have dots? So you know what, Lenore? Look at the first word. Why does ask him, why does the Gimel and why does the Dalet have dots in them when they have no, you know what? And maybe the answer is that 1,000 years ago, it was pronounced differently with those.
I think it was pronounced differently. I'm telling you.
And it just is how it's spelled. And for now, we're looking at the same, why do they put dots in letters that have no, there's not a vowel to it, there's not a pronunciation difference to it. The only thing I can think of is that maybe 2,000 years ago, you know how words evolve, that it was pronounced in with a different flavor. Vayit gadal, vayit kadash, shemei rabba, amen. Okay, let's continue. Let's just do a few of these. We're good. All right, Elise, go ahead. And don't make that mistake on the second letter.
Oh, well, it's not a Saudi.
No.
It's not a Y. It's not an English.
Okay. Bayal Ma.
Good. Biyalma. Excellent. Bit alma.
Alma.
Baalma. Good.
I said Yelp because I said.
I know.
Alma. Okay, sorry about that.
The
and then-
alma.
Oh,
What's
boy.
the next, forget the dot in the middle of it. We have no idea why it's there. What's that
D.
word? D. Just D, like the letter D.
Vira.
D. No, just D.
No, the next one is Vira.
Oh. Vira.
Right.
Vira. Good.
He, okay, here, because it's a.
Good
double-
girl.
yeah.
Good girl. Good girl.
Ute.
Ute. Okay, let's look at it again. Lenore, do the same line.
Okay.
That's with a bet.
I know. Ba'alema.
No. Okay, so here, thank you for making a mistake.
Thank
I
you.
no, I like it. For it's, where was it? It's be.
Bear.
Like if I was doing this, be.
Bear.
Al.
Alma. Bet alma.
Be. Alma. Keep
Bet
going.
alma. Okay, that's D.
That's correct.
Bara.
Vera.
Oh, sorry, Vera. Kirota.
Oh, so close. Here.
Kirote.
Ooh. What's the vowel of the I that's silent? But the,
Ooh.
okay, so here it is. It's veer,
Beer.
ooh,
Ooh.
and this is silent. Let's get rid of silent letters. So in the middle of everything.
Okay, bear.
No, here.
Here.
It's a K. It's a H.
Yeah, it's a cook.
Here.
Here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Te.
Okay.
Here. Te. So look at that line again,
Why
everybody.
doesn't that sound familiar? Is that the same thing that I said?
Well, that's because you're either saying it wrong or you're never paying attention to it. So
Right.
I don't want to go backwards because my lines are going to be everywhere. My lines are going to be
So
everywhere.
that's here, rotate.
Here, let's look at it here. It'll be familiar.
Okay.
Here, let's go here. Via Kadal, via Kadash.
May Rabba.
May Rabba, Amen.
Amen.
Now here we go. Be Alma Divrei, because we end up saying these two words. Let me make it together, almost like it's one word. When we say this, okay, we almost make it say Divrei, Divra. It is Divra, but we almost make it like
I think it says one word, Ivra.
that's right. We mostly say it like it's one word, no space.
Right.
Divrei. I'm sorry, Divra.
Ivra.
Hirute.
Okay.
Okay, Hirute. Let me erase all this mess and let's just do it one more time. Okay, because when it's in context, then you'll pick it up, Lenore, and you'll say, okay, I got it. I know where I am now. Let me kick it back a little bit. Yit Kadal, the Yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah.
Yeah.
Amen. Be Alma Divrei Hirute.
Okay.
Vacha
Melech.
Vacham Lich Vi Yam Lich. Yam Lich. I'll do it right myself here. I can't even speak English. Speak Hebrew. Vi
There.
Yam
Yam.
Lich.
Lich.
Yam Lich. Malchute.
Okay.
3 syllables. Mal. Like going
Kute.
to the mall, but it's mal.
Right.
And they say mal and you're in England. Chute.
Okay.
Malchute. Malchute. I'm not moving this thing. Go to the last line. Bechaye kon.
Home.
Look at it again. Bechaye kon.
Home.
Uv yo may
Okay.
kon.
Home.
So you got to work on the vowels. So let's go to the
Ooh.
messy line, those 2 lines together. Elise, do the messy line that I have all the drawings on the next
The next one or the one with the
line. No, the
lines?
2, the messy line and the one below it.
Okay. V'yam lish,
No, not leash, close. Lich.
lich, v'yam
Lich.
lich,
Like the leek, you know, when you eat leeks in a soup, but it's of the CH sound. V'yam lich.
v'yam lich. Well, why
Lich.
do you see it?
Yeah,
V'yam
lich.
lich, v'yam
Good.
lich,
There you are.
mal malchota,
Nope, wrong vowel.
malchota.
Nope. So
No.
now you got 2 wrong vowels. You had one right
Malchuta.
vowel, one wrong. Now you got 2 wrong.
Oh, God. That's because I hate those sounds together. Malchuto.
Nope. What's the vowel under the top?
Malchute.
There you go.
A.
There
It's an
you
A.
go.
Malkute.
Yes, but there you go. Malchute. V'yam lich. Malchute.
A.
Look at it, everybody. Let's do it together. V'yam
Lich.
lich. Malchute.
Kute.
And do the next line, Elise.
Okay. Beham ye. Ye or whatever.
Okay,
Um,
not
Who
quite.
hone.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make it better for you.
God, how could be
Okay,
this?
we're doing this line.
Okay.
Bi is the first syllable.
Ah.
Okay.
Bi,
Hi.
ha,
Ye.
yay.
Ye.
Ye or ye?
Yeah, I'm sorry, ye, sorry.
Ye. Okay. Bahayi home.
Beha, yay, home.
Bahayi home.
Right. Look at it again. Bi, ha, yay, home.
Okay, I see it now. The second
Yeah.
thing
The
on
yud-
top goes
Yeah.
with the 2 dots down below.
Yes. And look at that, Lenore. You can ask your friend the rabbi and his father. Look at the yuds next to each other. There's another example. Why does the first yud have a dot inside of it? So we
Right.
see it in this particular prayer many times when we know it's not a vowel and we know it's not the letter. So why are they shoved in there? And there's another example. Why does that yud have a dot inside of it? Okay, look at that word again. Bi, cha, ye, hon.
Home.
Okay, and the next word is what?
Who? Is it me or?
No, you're doing well.
Ooh.
Here, I'll give you the hint. Uv.
Yo.
Uv, yo. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let me make that this way. Uv, yo, me, chon. Uv, yo, me, chon. There we go. There we go. Uv, one syllable. Yo, like like a yo-yo. Uv, yo, me, chon.
Yo mejor.
Okay, and the last line is Uv, chai. I'm sorry. Uv, cha, ye. Uv, cha, ye.
Yeah, hey.
Dechal,
Oh,
bait,
Israel.
Israel. So this is not an easy prayer at all. So we're gonna go through it again and again and again, but we'll do it, we'll continue another time. But look at, now I just want to say, so we say via Kadavi, okay. And at the very end of it, there's a little choreography. Let me get to the end. We're gonna have to, okay. When you get to the very last 3 lines, Osei Shalom b'Marmav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu v'Al Kol Yisrael b'Yimru Amen. When you get to Osei, right down at the end of it, let me go to the drawing thing, wherever that is. You go to here, well, I'm down there, trust me, down here. When you get to Osei, take a step back, a teeny step back, though it's not giant steps like Mother May I, a little teeny step, and let me just do it. Take a little step back and you lower, you bow a little bit. Osei Shalom b'Marmav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom.
Aleinu v'Al Kol Yisrael.
Left, you go to the right and you lift your head up. So you can't see me in this wonderful thing, but I'll try to do it. Hold on a second. So I'm doing it. Can you see me? So I get to it. Okay, I'll say shalom, a little step back. I'll say shalom, I'll say shalom, Aleinu v'Al Kol Yisrael, b'Yimru Amen. I go to the left, I go to the right, I bow a little bit, I lift up, and then, so you'll see there's choreography to this thing, and you'll wonder why people are moving. So watch the choreography. The older guys are gonna do it right, okay? And so there is, that's a little trick of that. Okay, let me erase this stuff. It's just that when, God forbid, we have a loss, I hate when Jews don't know this. And yes, you get the transliteration, but it's nice when you don't rattle it off like it's meaningless, but that
I never read the transliteration. Do you know that?
once it's when you learn the Hebrew, it's hard to read the transliteration, but in this case, when you guys are learning, you can cheat on the left side and say,
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
well, let's just make believe we're only looking at the transliteration.
It makes absolutely no sense. Okay.
Kadash,
Okay, it's fine. May his
May
great name.
Rabbah,
That's fine.
the
Then you go in the
Alma,
world that he created as he willed. May he give rain to his king. What does that have to do with the Kaddish prayer?
oh, okay. Oh, you're not talking about the transliteration, you're talking about the translation.
Right.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Well, so you can put that on your list also, say to the rabbi that you do understand that the Kaddish prayer has nothing to do with
The
mourning and
transliteration.
loss.
Oh,
So what was the origin of that being, I'll use the word adopted, to be the prayer versus a normal psalm that we praise God? Look, let's be honest. If you look at all the psalms, except when David was having a bad day and was woe is me days. But if you look at the psalms, the P one, they're not the songs, the psalms. Or most of the prayers in the Siddur, they're either saying we acknowledge God, God is great, thanks a lot. And they're just, it's like poems and songs and psalms about the same exact thing. So when in history did this particular psalm get adopted to be what we say for the dead when it's just praising God?
Yeah,
Some rabbi in 1312 or 1406 or Moses, I don't know, decided that this is what we'll say. I don't know, but it
I
is.
wasn't there, so I
I
can't.
wasn't there. So that's a really fair question. You can always ask, well, you're both on the same shul. Why were some prayers and psalms adopted for a specific purpose when you're reading the translation, they don't speak any differently than any other psalm that praises God? Why
No.
this one? Why this one? I don't have that answer, but that's a great question.
I don't have that answer.